Let me check the audio and stuff. Oh. Moment. Yeah, I think that's better. So, welcome to my channel. And today I'm the only one so far who joined. So I need to set my goals and tell about stuff which happened. Well, not that much, but not that little as well. I will share my I will share what I did. It's actually this one. Yeah, so I was working this week. I was working on a presentation for Elastic Meetup. Meetup. Moment, have fun with the meetup. So it's this one. It's this one. So as you see, there is an upcoming event on the 3rd of May. This one. And at 7:15, there will be a talk about contributing to open source projects in developer community. That's the one I will be talking about, but I slightly changed the approach because the real problem was the name. So the real problem was the name. So I made it more about career ownership, and I built it all about Bruno Souzas, who's a Java champion and Java community leader. I built it more about his formula, this one. And actually here I need to mention this formula, I guess. Yeah, that will be better. Okay, hello Sudansu and Hashdeep. Morning. So I was just talking about that last week I mostly was preparing for the most of this I did yesterday. I was working on my presentation for Elastic Group in Elastic Group in London. Oh, and also what I found last week. Let me actually share because that's important. Let me actually share this way. So what I found last week is this Open UK event. I've actually been there yesterday. Open UK, Open UK in London meetup, right? This one, 26. So this is actually important because this event, I'll put it in chat. This event was actually online as well, probably for the first time, I don't know, but it was hybrid. So Open UK is the biggest open source group in UK and one of the most important in the world. You really want to be there. And they started, so you're all more than welcome to join. Oh, Dean is there. So you're all more than welcome to join. And the next talk will be actually especially interesting to all of you friends because let's see if that's I thought it's Dean. I just want to see if it's already declared so I can like share it officially. 23rd meetup. Let's see. Yeah, you see that, right? So on the 23rd, Kunal will be presenting for Open UK. So hopefully it will be online as well. So oh, actually I should click attend, right? Okay, cool. And yeah, so you're all more than welcome to join if it works online on this day. And the difference is that you'll be like in Microsoft Teams or something, so you can ask questions, and it won't be just Kunal. Well, Kunal is never just, but it also will be two other people. Really nice. So let's actually see Don Foster, because I didn't really check it. I just learned about it the day before. So Charles, what is Charles Community? I've seen it before, but community health analytics and open source community. This is interesting. This is really good. And I'll put the link in the chat. And so you can join. Oh my God, PhD, University of Greenwich, MBA and BS in computer science. This is big. Like this is big. It's not often you can. Oh, and working in Puppet. Yeah. So it's not often you can come and ask questions for free from people like Don. Think of it as second Dean.
Nice. I haven't seen Puppet used for a little while. This is cool.
Yeah, this is good. So that is how my week went. I was telling that I prepared my presentation. I was delaying it, but then for some reason I did it on yesterday in one go. Like I copied the style. Actually, I copied the style from Andy Piper, who used to be he's a developer advocate, and he was giving a talk for Open UK on Wednesday. And he's a friend of mine, 8 years developer advocacy at Twitter. That's why he doesn't have account on Twitter anymore. But yeah, really nice person. And he had this style of like pictures with from Unsplash with author on each of them. Okay, so I will be giving this talk on Sunday, and actually, Dean, I will be giving it. So there's a community which asked me to give this talk on Sunday, and it's exactly the same time as our talk. So I think I'll watch you in recording, and I ask Mikola, he'll be managing. It's
cool. No, that sounds good. Because if we need to shorten mine or anything, we can always split it into two parts. I know. Last time we did the stream, I tend to go through things quite quickly anyway, so it should work out well.
I'm thinking that here we can make open source friends actually as well, but I need to find. I need somehow to find the QR code or something for the page, because we have the page as well. But yeah, I'll need to fix that because we have this thing, but it's under construction, so I'll need to speak to.
I haven't seen one of those banners for a while. It reminds me of my first website.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah. So how did your week go?
Yeah, my week went really well. I actually got some news this morning. I can't share it yet. It's to do with my actual work. But yeah, I'm getting given a project that is really like something that I'm interested in, and I'll have a lot of fun doing it too.
Is it open source? Or you cannot talk?
No, it's going to be pretty proprietary.
Okay.
It is
No
related
questions then.
to what I'm going to be talking to on the weekend, or talking about on the weekend.
Okay,
You can
say
make
no
some-
more. I don't want to breach your contract, but
it's
this
all
is
good.
this
It's going to be fun.
good stuff. And any challenges you experienced last week in achieving your goals?
No, just the usual. Sort of working through with Bilal, trying to help him out where I can. He's been doing a lot of work related to AWS. I'm actually helping him out at the moment because he's set up. I got him to create. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but AWS has a recommended network set up, and I ran him through how to set all of that up, and he's done that now. He's going to be working on something related to that. But basically, if he can do this, he can deploy almost any application on AWS in a way
Mhm.
that would be right for production for most companies. So yeah, he's managed to do that, but it won't let you remove the resources without removing the dependencies first. So he might be in a bit of a panic at the moment because it won't let him remove something that costs money. But I'll help him through it, and he should be fine.
That's good. Because I was just checking a list of certificates which bring most money. Well, not just last week. And two top ones are Amazon Architect Associate and Google Cloud Architect
Oh, cool.
Associate.
Yeah, I'm actually working on. I'm gonna not do the associate level for the AWS. I'm gonna do the professional level.
Yeah.
That's a requirement as part of my job as well. So
Well,
I'll be doing
that's
that
good.
next month, I think.
That's good. And the thing with professional, you cannot just go and get it. You need to be like yourself, 2 years of practice minimum. So yeah, that will be interesting. So I can only go for associate. I only can see this thing in books and fairy tales, but still. But I want to do like because my idea is to start contributing somewhere more actively, like maybe Elasticsearch. And because my problem is that I don't contribute much in terms of code. I'm contributing in terms of people.
I forgot. I got a thing off Eddie the other day because Linkfree was having some issues with DigitalOcean. We ended up jumping on a session together, and we moved it over to MongoDB Atlas and Vercel. It was running as a DigitalOcean application on a managed DigitalOcean database. But yeah, we ended up we were trying to fix it at the DigitalOcean end, but and everything looked fine, but it still wasn't working. So we just decided to do the full migration then, and it all went really well. So we're all back up online pretty quickly there too. That was a good thing that we did this week.
And what is what is DigitalOcean?
What was that one? Sorry.
What is DigitalOcean?
DigitalOcean is a cloud hosting platform, similar to Linode, if you've heard of them.
Yeah, I've heard. I just never asked myself question. Okay, we have two more heroes. Sudhanshu, do you want to go next? Otherwise, we can speak with Dean forever about stuff.
Hi everyone, my name is
Sorry, you go.
Hi everyone, my name is Sudhanshu and I'm currently doing JavaScript.
JavaScript. So what is your goal for like next week? If you can share, why are you doing JavaScript? So happens what?
I'm doing JavaScript because I want to contribute in open source projects.
Have you selected already open source projects which need JavaScript?
No.
Well, what if like, how much time do you spend on JavaScript studies at the moment?
I'm just started JavaScript.
Because the thing is that JavaScript has no limits. And also my immediate question will be like, which JavaScript exactly? Is it Bex? So my idea is like, what if you spend like obviously I cannot order you, but it's just if I was studying JavaScript now, I would ask myself question. So like actually let's ask it now. Let's say you know JavaScript and let's say you contributed to your open source project. So happens what? What's the end goal?
I didn't decide yet.
Yeah, that's important because if you want to contribute to open source, so you find a job, which is a very good goal, because when you do a job, you pay money, get jobs, you pay taxes. Like a lot of people get employed, teachers, doctors, so on. It's you'll be choosing one open source project. I can actually show. I can show you. You all will be first who will see my slides. Let me see. 1 second. Window. This one. So this one is an example. So it's the end of my presentation for Elastic and for one group on Sunday. But if I was looking for a job, and which is principal engineer with this description, I would be studying Elasticsearch. So we can actually check. 1 second, I'll try to do it. LinkedIn. So where are you located, Sudhanshu, if that's not a secret? So what is your location? Geographical
I'm from
location.
India.
Good stuff. Which part, if that's okay?
I'm from UP, north part of India.
Okay, good. We have Akshay joining. So let me quickly show. Hi, Akshay. I'm just showing that we have Sudhanshu who started learning JavaScript, but like which is cool, but my only question is like, why? So I would do it like this, like personally. So he's doing it to contribute to open source, but my question will be like, oh, this is interesting. So they mentioned JavaScript, right? So they call it TypeScript, but then they might mention, well, Apache Kafka. So basically my idea is that it's nice to have a project in your mind which is using JavaScript and it's useful for finding jobs. So you can contact them as it goes and ask them which kind of help do they need. And so actually, what do you think?
For JavaScript?
Yeah,
open source?
so no, both actually, because Sudhanshu said that if I'm correct, that Sudhanshu is learning JavaScript, so he can later contribute to open source. But my question is like, why do you need to divide them? And second question is like, why do you want to contribute to open source? Like, why?
Yeah.
So this
Actually,
example was with jobs.
Right. You are absolutely correct, Nikta. As before that, we need to understand why we want to contribute, that why we choose JavaScript only. So, because as he's starting, so it's very important to understand in which tech stack he want to go and he want to make his career. And so according to that, he can learn the languages in all. And open source is available for in different tech stacks. So yeah, not only for JavaScript.
Sorry, I was speaking on it. So
Yeah.
so that's an example that React is actually, I think it's Microsoft and open source. So you can contribute to React itself if you have a goal of becoming principal engineer in, let's say, 5-10 years. No, it's never you. But my second question will be that what you're doing is actually cool. It's a very good choice. It's, I think, one of the most popular languages in the world in terms of computer languages. My question will be, do you share online? Did you write a did you write a tweet or something that you are learning JavaScript and how it's going? Because that's one of the most important things. It's let me see, it's this one. Let me see, this one. Difficult person, blah blah blah. So I think it's giving this one. So it's very important to give to others what you're going through, because you'll be picking up all the latest stuff in JavaScript, and a lot of people might be interested. At least a small group will be interested in how are you doing it these days from scratch. So have you thought about posting about it on Twitter? Yeah, Johnny? Sudhanshu?
Yeah, I will post it that.
Yes, thank you. That's the spirit, because I cannot do that because I'm not a beginner anymore. So my quality will be different and not suitable maybe. Okay, good. So Hashdeep, any news? how did the week go? What are the goals for the next week?
Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a great week. Currently, I'm working on this project. It's a weather app which uses like this API, and I'm also learning React from a Scrimba course. Yeah, that's all it's going.
And what is the web app about? Is it like open source project or is it your personal pet project or?
No, it's just a personal project. Like I'm like learning how to use APIs in my web apps.
That's good. Did you tweet about how it goes? Are you creating content?
Yeah. I like I'm posting everything I do daily.
Ух
On
ты.
Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, that wasn't Russian. That actually means school. Sorry, I had a very short sleep.
Yeah, I haven't tweeted about that project yet, but yeah, I'm pretty active on Twitter.
Good. Any challenges you've met this week? Oh, that's actually a nice Twitter. I'll just share. I like the colors. Protagonist. Oh, so positive hero. Any challenges you experienced while doing with the app?
No, it's pretty easy. Like no, it's like some great challenges.
I'll leave your.
That's
Twitter
an
handle.
awesome Twitter banner, by the way.
Yeah, it looks
I
so
like
good.
it.
How did you create this one? How did you come to this idea of the banner?
It's basically a template from Canva.
With the commas, but the words as well and protagonist.
No,
looks like
it's just my creativity.
Good.
Yeah,
Good
I
stuff.
really like that. That's cool.
Everybody has Canva, but it's the first time I see something like this.
Yeah. This is the first banner I've seen for a while that I'm like, I wish I thought of that. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about something similar. Yeah, you could help so many people with banners. Good. So now, Akshay, how was your week? Any challenges and what are the next plans?
Hello, Nikta. Hello, Dean. It was a great week. Yesterday, I also took a Twitter space with the cloud solution architect. She is in Paris. So it was a great Twitter space. We discussed a lot about cloud and DevOps things. And also like nowadays I'm learning Linux and doing a project on that for my DevOps internship. And many challenges I'm facing in that, like I am learning Linux and on the same time I'm also working on a project like Linux firewall networking. So along with that, I am just keep searching and keep reading from the different sources, whatever I am just facing challenges like commands and all. And this is the my week target that I will complete. I will carry on that project, Linux firewall networking. And along with that, I am trying to share whatever I am learning with my journey.
And you joined a bit late, so you didn't hear about Meetup, right?
Yeah, I didn't.
So, well, Open UK is one of the most important communities in the world, like on the planet, in terms of open source. Because in UK, the percentage of people who have GitHub accounts is like 10% or something. It's crazy. But what is important is that here comes surprise for you. This one. So so starting from last one, I think Open UK will be doing those meetups, not just a conference, but the meetups will be done in hybrid way. So if you join the group, you can log in Teams and ask questions to Kunal, who will be presenting there. And there will also be Dawn Foster, who worked in Intel and Puppet, who has PhD and MBA and BS. So a really amazing person with 20 years of experience. It's like, ooh, this stuff is really good. So you're all, everybody who is watching, you're welcome to join to this one. I actually should tweet about it like now.
And when it is going to happen?
23rd of May, 6 p.m. Oh, well, that's quite late actually. It's like 20 to 30 in Indian time. So I'm not sure if it's, but some of the events will be, I think some of the events will be a bit earlier, but well, because it's like evening meetup, so it's going evening time for UK. So sorry, this is not something I can change. Yeah. Oh, this one is also interesting, and they are also looking for. We are also looking for. How do we call it? Community ambassadors. So it's unofficial yet. So just stay tuned for Open UK News. So I think it won't be just ambassadors. It will be like ambassadors and people who want to become ambassadors, and they will be mentored. And I think the structure will be open. So it will be up to ambassador and the person who is like, like in Star Wars, and the person who is learning to become one. It will be up to them how they meet, like what way they go and so on. But we'll see. It was last one was very good. It was with Andy Piper talking. Andy Piper from who is a very well-known developer advocate in the community, and also does electronics and stuff. So he was talking about what open source is, and yeah, it was really nice. And Amanda was there. Amanda Brock, who is our Open UK leader. She was well, also talking about these events, the organizing and stuff. Yeah. Okay. And the idea for other meetups, open source meetups around the world, on Open UK, they have this thing. I haven't used it yet. I need to start using it. So sometimes when you go to conferences, you get Slack, which you later understand you don't need. So at Open UK, they literally have a suitcase with Slack people didn't need. So everybody can bring their own Slack, give to others, or can take any Slack others don't need. And it's quite interesting because a lot of caps were there. So somebody got a lot of baseball caps.
I think you also attended recently yesterday any meetup in conference in London, right?
Yeah, that was the one. The only problem with this one, this is amazing stuff, but the only problem with this one, it was that on the very same Wednesday, there was also this meetup, which is finance open source, even the same time, and also Carly from Elasticsearch also was giving a talk on this time, I think, for 2 women and tech with somebody. And it's like, I feel so sorry because it's been like 2 weeks, nothing is happening, and then everything's happening at once. Everything everywhere at once. I'll share the link now. This one is good, but I don't know if it's hybrid or not. It's worldwide. It's mostly about projects in finance, but it's not just soft stuff. It's a lot of real stuff. So yeah, you can check here. If anybody has love for finance, that's one of the ways. Oh, 1 second. Yeah. So that's the Finos. Thank you. And that's the group for, yeah. So that's the one which was happening at the same time. And I think it was pretty amazing, but I couldn't be in 2 places at once. So well, that's definitely one. Like some people will be asking how to get into finance, in IT finance, and well, yeah, that's it. So that's all the news. Questions or anything you want to discuss? Anybody? Okay, and so as well, Open Source Friends is on Sunday, and Dean will be talking. Normal time, 2 p.m. UTC. So, Dean, do you want to share like a spoiler?
Yeah, sure. I've actually published a few articles on my Medium page. I don't know if any of you have seen the link to that, but I've been writing for a little while now. I've covered quite a few of the things that I'll be talking about on Sunday. I don't Actually, I've never done a proper talk like this, so I could be all over the place. But yeah, it'll go through sort of OpenAI, ChatGPT, what they are, how to use them, how to prompt effectively, and depending how much time we've got, we can look at using them to help you contribute to open source, using it within your open source projects, also how to sort of get started with the OpenAI API. We could cover a whole bunch of things, depending how much time we've got. And if I do it in 1 or 2 parts, I could also go over a project that I'm putting together, which extends the capabilities of ChatGPT and similar models. It sort of acts as a controller. You can have different layers on top of that, and you can do different things with that layer and return only what you need to the controller. So you can really increase the context that your application can use. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to talk about. We've also got a Twitter space that's going on an hour before that for Bookloop as well. That's a project that I'm working on with Bilal.
Good. Oh, Bookloop. I've seen this one. Thinking about this one, I probably even signed. Nice one.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool project. It's Bilal's idea. Since we met in January, I've been working with him as much as I can to try and help him put it together. And yeah, we're sort of launched the MVP of it really, and we're in the stage of trying to work out where it goes from here. Because I think there's a lot of stuff changing just overall at the moment. That means people may not be consuming books in the same way that they were, especially with the advancements in stuff like AI. Then people might not buy books or read books the same way. So we'll need to account for that. And maybe that won't be what the product of the business is. So I'm still learning about a lot of this. So I'm picking it all up as I go.
Good. Thank you. That's impressive. Both parts of it, actually. I haven't seen people starting a new project from scratch in a little while. And this is an interesting project because it definitely changed how we read books. I remember, like, for example, when Kat Subramaniam, he shared with me and other friends who came to the meetup years ago how he reads books. So 20% of time is spent like on quickly going through book, checking like, oh, this I don't know, this I don't know. Oh, everything else is like another language, and then he goes to coding. So
I scribble all over my books. I can't help it. Like if I've got a hard copy, I either have to be told not to write in it, or just it's covered in my random notes as I go.
This is good. No, it's quite nice actually. Okay, then we have the next week set, and let's see how it goes. And anybody else has anything else to share? That's the upcoming AI ChatGPT and
Everyone, I have a question.
Yep.
I only know HTML, CSS, and basics JavaScript yet. How can I contribute, and which project I can contribute?
Well, the real question will be why. So when we know why you want to contribute to open source, it will be easier to. The answer to how is in so many ways, because when we find why you want to contribute, for example, you want to contribute to get a job of this type, principal engineer and stuff, then we can find a project. So this one was, I think, was this one with React or another one, but basically you go to, there's so many ways. I would say ask the community maybe, but for example, React itself, right? So that's topic. I don't need topic. I need repositories. 1 second. But basically, that's why I was saying. It's Facebook. It's not Microsoft. Sorry. So this one, it has 972 issues. So the first contribution we can do is to go and write about React, that it's open source and it exists and it has open issues, and you're going to take a look at this. It's already a contribution. Not even I thought that it's something else. I thought it's Microsoft. No, it's Facebook apparently. So I might be wrong again. So you don't need to know HTML to read this stuff. You don't need to know HTML to find the typo here and create an issue with a typo. So you don't need to know HTML to press E key. I think it's dot, right? And with dot it opens a web editor in the window. So if you noticed some takes time, sorry about that. If you noticed some typo there, you can create a pull request out of it. And so that's why I'm saying that you need to start with your why. Is it to get a level at university? Is it to get an experience, work experience? So are you studying at university or like
No, I'm not in university now.
Are you working somewhere or?
No, I'm now in university.
Oh, you're now in university, so maybe you would like to get a nice job after university. And the problems with jobs is that let's actually. Oh, I already closed it, but the other day was checking. Let's see if it shows how many applied there. So, well, this is principal, right? So let's say junior JavaScript developer in India, not remote, just that. Let's see. Oh, that's senior actually. 56 applicants. To 49, but that's just one network. So you can expect that they're like, oh, this one is not bad, right? No, that's only 60. But anyway, even these jobs, so you can multiply it by, let's say, 4. So because there will be advertising through different means, and that means 100 people. So it's 100 people and you fresh graduate after university. So the thing is that how do we make sure you're not junior anymore? Because many people come and they show their pet projects, which is good, but everybody's showing pet projects. So what if instead of pet projects, you had a list of real projects? So what if you went here and JavaScript? No JS, by the way, so I think it's open source as well. JavaScript. Ouch. Sorry, my bad. And I want topics, this one. Not our. Oh, that's a bracket. That's not J. So I have this topic, and it will have projects. For example, there's a course on FreeCodeCamp. There's React, which I showed. There's so many things. So there's a course on algorithms. So, for example, this one, they might need a person who translates to Hindi or checks. I don't know, what is your mother language? Which languages do you speak?
Hindi.
So Hindi. So I can, with high degree of probability, I can assure that there will be typos in Hindi or something not translated to Hindi. And that's so I would say that. So probably try to spend today as you're doing stuff thinking, why do you need this open source? Is it to like find friends like Akshay and Dean and myself? It doesn't have to be one thing, or is it to build bridges with like communities and build bridges with communities in another countries? That's one thing. Is it to find a job in India? That's another thing. Is it to make this world a better place? That's third thing. Maybe like Green Software Foundation. So think of it, and then we can, during the week, you can choose the project. I'll try to help. I can guarantee that most probably first project will be wrong for you, but you'll start moving. So, for example, I know, FreeCodeCamp, it's more about education. So if you're going into education after that, then it's cool. But I would go like from business point, I would probably go React or Vue. And yeah, they have issues to close. They need developer advocates and stuff like that, people who will promote them. So this is some algorithm course. So the ways are so many. This one is 370 issues. This one is 972. Even like you can create content even not only from writing about it as first step, but you can also like try to build this stuff locally, see how it releases and stuff. You can read contributing guide and tell how you found it. Why is it blue? And let them know how it went, because these things sometimes they outdate because something changes and it becomes not valid anymore. But the people who created it, they are not aware because they are not you and they haven't tried it just now, and they haven't met Dean, Akshay, myself, and Harsh. So we haven't told them that when you find things which are inconsistent, you need to share with community and with others to help. So yeah, so that's one of the that's one of the examples.
Thanks for information.
So your main important thing for this week is to go on your why. Upgrade your stream. Oh, then there's some advertising. I will. Okay, I blocked one of the first people. Hi, Nimish. Yeah, so that's so yeah. Everybody has a plan for the next week. Dean is well. There's a news coming from his job, which we cannot talk because it's proprietary, but he's smiling, which is good. And he's going to talk about ChatGPT on Sunday and from the open source point of view. And will Bilal be joining?
I think he will be, yeah. He was busy at the moment, so he couldn't jump in. I was hoping that he'd join so we could troubleshoot his AWS problem live on the stream. But he was a bit busy. He'll be with me on the space on Sunday, and then he'll join as well afterwards.
Good. So Sudhanshu will be working on JavaScript, right?
Yes, I'm working on JavaScript.
Akshay? I forgot.
Yes.
Can you in 2 words say what?
Yes. My next week target is I will continue my project, that is Linux firewall and networking.
Oh yes, of course.
And
Yes, this is so
also
good.
and also on Sunday I also just take a session on our growing committee on Discord, like to talk everyone who is new folks joining the server, and so we talk and guide whatever they ask about how to start, how to grow and all. So that we held in Sunday also.
This is great. Akshay, you're going for a certificate in Linux, right? For this big one, 2 months, I think.
Yeah. It will be certificate of like training certificate. Yeah.
It's good. It's a big one. It's 2 months training certificate.
Yes.
And Hashdeep, what was your goal?
Yeah, I'll be completing my the weather project and the React course from December.
Yes, good stuff. So Sudhanshu, you see, React is JavaScript, and Hashdeep is working on it. So yeah, so you have one more person to ask about React now. Okay, cool. Any last second question? And yeah, thank you for joining, and let's see how this week goes. Yeah.
Yes.
See you,
And
friends.
now I'm very excited
Yeah.
to listen that next session, which is going to
Oh,
take by Dean himself on AI and chat. It will be amazing.
yeah, it will be. It's a very hot topic. I was even thinking about switching from Elastic to an open AI project, but then I thought that, well, a promise is a promise, and also, well, we have this meetup, Elastic meetup. We're trying to revive it, and I was asked for help. The one in London, there are many ones which are revived and working, but the one in London has to start. So yeah, so yeah, but I was really tempted by OpenAI. Okay, great, and then have a nice week. I'm ending stream, but just for not just when I end stream, it doesn't stop us communicating.